Hello again. So I would like to introduce you, Juliana Rabbi. Thank you for being here today. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for the invitation. I should be here again. I think this is my fourth time in the tech job fair.
Yes, it's our pleasure to have you here. For sure, there's a lot to learn from you. So for everyone, I would like to first give a little bit of introduction about Juliana. She's a career coach for remote work and helps experienced professional to land their dream job in remotely in 90 days. She helps them with their LinkedIn, resume, interview preparation. I have been one of the Julian's talks before, and I'm very excited to listen to what she has to say today. So, without further ado, Juliana, could you please start?
Yes. Thank you for the introduction. Let me see if I can share my screen here. So, hello, everybody. Thank you very much for your time. I know it has been a busy day with so many events in the job fair. So, thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you for your time. So, let me see if I can share what I prepared for you. Yes, I hope everybody can watch that because today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. I mean, I find it extremely interesting. If you're here watching, I'm assuming that you are or decided to land a remote job. Maybe you have that clear, or maybe you're just thinking about it, considering this option, which is also great because come on, we are in 2021, right? So if you are planning to change jobs to improve your career and you're not even thinking about remote jobs, then you're doing something wrong. So let's talk about it. Let's see if this remote work is for you or not. And let's talk about how to land a remote job, even if you have no idea how to start it. Because a lot of people are thinking about it, but they don't know how to start the process. And that's exactly what we're going to talk in this presentation. Okay. To start with, I think it's important to make very clear that a remote job is not just any job. It's not any kind of remote job. It's quite different. Yeah, let me tell you that. But why remote jobs are so different, are so special, right? What is different about them? What is important to understand is that when you work remotely, apart from the job you do, the technical part, the knowledge you have already, you are also amplifying your daily choices. So working remotely allows you to decide every single day where do you want to work from. So maybe from your house, from a co-working space, from a friend's house, from a hotel, from the living room, from your room. You have more choices. Every day you choose where you want to work from. You also learn how to optimize your time when you work remotely because it's more than just sit in the chair in the office and pretend to be working, right? When you work remotely, you need to get things done. So you need to take care about how much time you put at work, the quality of the work you're doing. So it's not just being there. There will be nobody checking you. Your boss is not walking around the office. So it's about really optimizing your time and getting the results, getting things done. Also, one of the things I love about working remotely is that you have time to do the other things outside of work that also matters to you. So more time for your family, for your hobbies, for your friends, for your pets, to travel around, to read, to I don't know, start a side gig, whatever. So when you work remotely, you still work, of course, but you have time to take care of other areas in your life. So your life is not everything around work. You have space for the other things that you also care about. And I love that part. And you avoid routine because, come on, you have the power to change the small things that will make your day happier. So maybe you work from a coffee shop, maybe you sit facing the window, maybe you can work outside if it's a sunny day. So those small things you can change, you're in control of that, and you avoid routine, which is also amazing, right? Um, to land a remote job, the first action, the first thing you need to do, even before you start searching for a remote job, is getting clarity. Getting clarity about what? About the kind of remote job you want to have. So before anything, you need to get clarity about the kind of remote job you want to have. If you don't have clarity, if you just start searching for any kind of remote job, well, let me tell you, I'm making a big mistake. So, lack of clarity in the remote work environment means a big mistake. Companies will not hire you just because you want to work remotely. If you go for a job interview and the manager say, so why are you a good candidate, right? Why should I hire you? And you say, oh, you should hire me because I want to work remotely. No, please don't do that. You're going to really look bad. This is not enough reason. Just because you want a remote job, it doesn't mean you're qualified. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. So it won't work. So please forget about saying in a job interview, I want this job because it is remote and nothing else, because it will not help you to get closer to it. Okay, Juliana, but how do you know that? How are you saying those things? Why are you saying those things? Well, I worked as a recruiter for more than 15 years in multinational companies. So I was the one finding the candidates on LinkedIn, doing the interviews, presenting them to the hiring manager, talking with the manager to make the final decision. So I have been on the other side of the recruitment process for more than 15 years in several different multinational companies. And my experience working remotely is starting in 2014. So I have more than 8 years working remotely. So I know, believe me, I know what companies are looking for when they are searching for someone to work remotely for them. So everything I'm sharing here is based on my experience as a recruiter for so many years, and also helping my clients to land remote jobs. Okay, I got it, Juliana. You said I need to have clarity before I start looking for a remote job. Okay, I got that part. But how? How do I get this clarity about the kind of remote job that I want to have? Okay, let's see more in details how to get clarity about the kind of remote job you want. So the first thing I suggest is that you think about the kind of life you want to have, the goals that you have, your career goals for short term and for long term, and write them down. So as I said, remote job is not only about jobs, so you can think bigger about the lifestyle. How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? Which kind of house you want to have? How is your routine gonna look like, and so on, and your goals for your career, short term and also long term. Please write them down, because that's going to help you in the process. Also, start with where you are at the moment. Don't dream about, oh, I wish I had studied something different. Oh, I wish I was born in a different country. I wish I had exposure to this. This won't help you. So be realistic. Look to the situation you have at the moment. Where are you now in your life, in your career? And understand that. Acknowledge the reality you have today. And then you start checking the options that you have, the real options, not dreaming about things that you cannot do. Be realistic. Where am I at the moment, and which are the options that I have that will help me to achieve the life and the career goals that I listed before, right? And then another very interesting thing, and a lot of people don't do that, but you are going to do it now, is to make a list. Write down, take a piece of paper and write down the previous jobs that you have done, all the jobs you did before, since your first job and so on until your current job. If you're working, make a list of the jobs that you have done before, and think if any of those jobs, similar one, could be done remotely. So explore the possibilities of, do I have experience in something that can be helpful to work remotely at the moment? So look back to your career journey and see if something that you did in the past can be done remotely. Okay. Also, if you're working at the moment, this is a very important question that you should ask yourself. Can my current job be done remotely? So the job I do at the moment, even if it's not remote, I get that, but think if what you do now can be done remotely. And a way to answer this question is check how you worked during the pandemics. If you were doing this job, your current job, during the pandemic remotely, the answer is yes, my job can be done remotely. So this is a very interesting question, important one for you to ask yourself. And then going back to understanding not only the job you want to have, but the lifestyle, how you want to live, it's important also to ask yourself the three main aspects that you want in your next job. So if you could choose, if you could have your dream job, which three elements would be present in this job? So for example, I want to work in, I don't know, the pharmacy industry, or I want to have flexibility with my working hours. I want to be able to travel. I don't know, whatever makes sense to you, but make sure you list minimum 3 main aspects that you want to have in your next job, because that's also going to help you when you start the job search later on to identify, to screen the jobs that you're finding to see if they are aligned with what you want for your life. If you have a preference for sectors, some people are very clear about the areas, the sectors, right, that they want to work for. That's great. If you know about it, make sure you make a list and you start searching on that area. If you're flexible about the sectors, also great, there is no problem, but it's an important reflection is that in a specific sector I want to work for remotely, and also the kind of company. So some people are very clear that they want to work in a startup company or a family business, a small company. Some people are all for a multinational company. So there is no right or wrong, there is no good kind of company or bad kind. It's just what fits you in the moment that you are and in the career plans that you have. So make sure you understand also the sector you want to work for and the kind of companies. And then when you start your job searching to land a remote job, what I suggest, and this is extremely important, but a lot of job seekers don't do that, so make sure you listen to me and implement that, is to block time in your agenda in advance. And what I mean by that is if you just say, I'm going to start my remote job search next Monday, okay? And then, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then Monday starts and you get busy with other things. And then Monday finish and you're like, no, no, tomorrow, Tuesday. And then same thing happens. Life gets busy. There will be always something happening. So unless you block time in advance and you go to your agenda, paper agenda, Google Calendar, whatever, and you say, okay, so every day from 7:30 to 8:30 a.m., I'm going to be doing my job search. And before bed from, I don't know, 10:30 to 11, I'll also do that. It doesn't matter the time, whatever works for you, but block time in advance in your agenda, because otherwise you're never gonna start. And what I suggest is that you do like small periods of time. Some people say, oh, I'm gonna block my Saturday afternoon, Juliana, to do my job search. What do you think? Saturday from 1 p.m. until I go to bed, I'm just doing job search. No, for your brain, it's too exhausting. This is not gonna help you. I suggest that you do smaller periods of time, like 45 minutes every day or 5 days per week. So instead of just doing the job search Saturday afternoon, do a little bit on Monday, a little bit on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. It's more effective for you, for your brain, and you're going to achieve better results. Be constant. You probably want to find your dream remote job in the first week that you're searching for, because it's a kind of difficult market to get in. So you need to be constant. You need to give yourself time. Keep doing that. Don't give up in the first. No, don't give up if you don't find something amazing in the first week. Keep going. And I suggest that since the beginning, you keep all the information in one document. It can be an Excel, it can be a Word, it doesn't really matter. The thing is that you should find easily the jobs you're applying for, the people you want to contact, the follow-ups you want to make. So maybe one thing is on LinkedIn, another thing is your email, then you wrote down on a post-it. No, this is too messy. So since from the beginning, make sure you put all the information in one document. It's going to help you a lot to be more productive, okay? Also, I suggest that you track, that you keep control, that you keep notes about, for example, the jobs you applied for. You should know every single job you applied for. So keep this information in one document. The jobs you want to apply for. Maybe you didn't apply yet, but you found the job. So you keep track of it. So you don't need to search all over again. You just go for the ones, okay, this is the list I want to apply. I'll do it tomorrow or the day after, but you are keeping track of that. Also, people you want to network with. A lot of things in the remote work environment happen because of network. So don't underestimate the power of network and keep track. Keep a list of people in this environment that you want to connect with, that you want to network with. Also, companies you want to follow. Companies that are remote, that offer conditions that aligned with the kind of job and work environment you want to have. So once you find those companies, make sure you track, you have them under your radar. And also keywords related to your profile, your industry. So understand how recruiters will search for your profile online. So which are the right words you need to make sure you mention in your resume, in your LinkedIn profile, to increase the chances that people will find you online. So keep track of all of that. Don't be messy. Start organizing yourself since the beginning. And I also like to use alarms, like in your phone, for example, or in your agenda. Set alarms for the things you need to follow up. So if someone tells you, oh, you can contact me beginning of December, and I'll check if I have some positions for you, and then you forget. No, don't do that. Put an alarm in your agenda. 1st of December, contact this person to follow up about the remote opportunities. So be organized. It's on your own benefit. So keep track of all those things and set alarms to help you to speed up the process. Okay. This is a very common question that I am asked almost every day, like, Juliana, so resumes, LinkedIn, and cover letter, are they still important when we talk about remote jobs, or is it just mainly for office jobs? My answer is yes. LinkedIn, resume, and cover letter are still important for remote jobs, to apply for a remote job, to land a remote job. But if you're just applying for jobs, you probably won't land any job. What? Can you say that again, Juliana? Yes. If you're just applying for jobs and doing nothing else, I just apply and I wait for the company to contact me back, this is not the most effective way. Sorry to tell you that, but in 2021, this is far, far away from being the most effective way to land a remote job. There is even a term for that. I think it's very fun. It's like the spray and pray technique. So you kind of spray your resume, like a spray, you resume here, resume there, apply for so many offers, and then you just pray that someone is going to call you, that the company is going to contact you. This is not effective in 2021 anymore. So please stop only doing that, because that's what everybody does. So there is no way you're going to stand out from others if you're just applying for jobs and waiting that they call you. So ways to differentiate yourself are the way you network and getting referrals. Referral is when you have someone that work already in that remote company, and that person can present you as a candidate. So you speed up the process, you skip the traditional process, and the HR person will see you there. So stop just applying for positions. Focus on differentiating yourself from other candidates, networking, and getting referrals. This is the way to go, believe me, to land remote jobs in 2021. Okay. Another common question that I'm asked is like, can I use my, do I need to adjust? Do I need to tailor? Do I need to change my resume before I apply for a job? Or can I use the same resume for all the jobs? I have one resume. Can I just use the same one to all the jobs? No, you should not use the same resume, the same curriculum for all the jobs. One curriculum fits one job, and then you need to change a little bit to the other job. Why is that? Because you should check the keywords, like the work requirements that are in the job description. Every job will ask for something different. So your curriculum, I don't know if it's going to fit or not. You need to read what the job description is saying, and you need to make the adjustments. First, you ask yourself, okay, do I meet the requirements, right? And read what the company is looking for. And then you ask yourself, okay, do I have the skills? Do I meet the requirements? Do I fit the profile they are looking for? And then if yes, if you answer yes, it's the time that you're going to take 5-10 minutes to adjust your curriculum, to make a small change, to make it look more like what they are looking for in the job description. So if the job description is mentioning team player, for example, and you're using teamwork in your curriculum, go for team player. Make sure you use the words that they are using in the job description. Make the match more obvious. It's not about copying and paste. Don't go this way. Copy and paste the job description in your resume, but make sure you read carefully the job description. Check your resume. If you meet the requirements, make the adjustments so your resume is going to look more like the job description. And as much as possible, use the words they use in the job description. So don't use the same resume, the same curriculum for all the job offers, because this is not effective also, okay? And a very important thing, I don't know how many of you know about it, but this thing is called the hidden job market, the secret job market, okay? This is an expression to refer to 80% of the positions that are available, that exist today, November 2021, they are real positions, not fake ones, okay, not scams, real positions to work remotely that are not posted anywhere. So you won't find those positions on LinkedIn. They're not posted there. They are not on Indeed. They are not on Monster. They are not in any job board. They are not posted. So how do you access them? So if I'm saying that 80% of the real jobs, they are not posted, so it means that the jobs that I find on LinkedIn, for example, are only 20% of the real ones. Exactly. So I want you to have access to 100% of the jobs. So you can keep applying for the 20% that is posted, but the other 80% that is not posted, I also want you to have access to it. And those secret jobs are called the hidden job market. So let's see how to have access to them, because then you have a way more variety of jobs to choose from, right? The main way, let me tell you, is networking. Yeah, networking. This is the way to go. And then you might be thinking, yeah, Juliana, whatever. Everybody talks about network, but I don't really know how to do it, because it's like networking, how to do it. Okay, let's see how to do it. First, understand that networking comes before you need it. So if you want to land a job next month, you're already late to start your network. So network is a long-term game, is a relationship with people. It's not connect with someone and say, hi, I'm looking for a remote job. Can you help me? This is not network. This is a very bad way to approach someone. So network is a relationship that you're going to build with people. So it's a long-term game. Don't looks desperate when you talk to people. Don't approach people that you have never spoke about and say, hey, I'm looking for a job. Can I send you my resume? Do you have anything for me? No, this is terrible. This is terrible. People hate it. This is not networking. This is begging for jobs, and that's terrible. So instead, make sure you are in the right place at the right time. This kind of event, for example, the job fair, is a perfect example. You're networking. You are in place where people are offering jobs. You're learning about it. So this is the kind of place you want to be. Healthy, nice environments where you can network with people that will probably help you to achieve your career goals. So online groups, events like this one, people in the companies you want to work for, you can start networking with your future colleagues, your future hiring manager. And the approach is always like, I'm going to give before I ask for. So I will add value. I will help. I will share something helpful before I ask for a job. So you give first, and at some point you're going to receive back. This is the right way to network. Forget about sending a message to someone. Hi, my name is Juliana. I'm looking for a remote job. Can you help me? This is terrible. Okay. Yeah, I know it was a lot of information, right? We don't have much time, so I try to condense as much as possible. But everything that I told you, I experienced as a recruiter in my many years working as a recruiter, as a career coach, which is the job I have now. And I experienced that and tested that with my clients. So everything I told you, believe me, it is already tested and it works. So once you start implementing that, all those things that I mentioned, I'm sure you will start seeing results and you start enjoying the process, because I know job search is not fun. The fun thing is you have when you have the remote job, when you're living the life the way you want to have. I know that, but the job search is part of the process. It's like the step that comes before. So the faster you go, the more you can implement things that will actually help you to get the new job, the better. So trust the process that I share with you. It's tested, and start implementing that, because that's a way to speed up your process to land a remote job. Okay. And to help you to get started, to bring down to earth, to a practical thing, all the information that we shared, I want to invite you to take a piece of paper or whatever file on your computer you're taking notes, and write down quickly one phrase or one word, one action that you commit to do. It's a self-commitment. So I commit to do, from everything that I watch in this presentation, everything that I learned, I commit to do one thing, the first thing, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? So what am I going to do tomorrow, Friday, to implement one of the things that I learned in this presentation? One thing that I know that will bring me closer to my remote job. It's important to start taking actions. So you can come to presentations, watch, say, oh, that was amazing, and do nothing. And then you're going to stay where you are. So make sure you implement tomorrow one thing that I suggested, and you're going to be already one step closer to your dream remote job. right? And if you want to keep talking, I'll be very happy to connect with you on LinkedIn. So just grab your phone and scan this QR code. We're going to keep in contact on LinkedIn. So this code is going to direct you to my profile. Feel free to send me a connection request. If you can, just mention that, hey, I watched your presentation on the tech job first, so I know where you're coming from, and then we can take the conversation from there. So yeah, I would love to keep in contact. I also have a lot of content, free content in my profile, so you're very welcome to follow me. We can keep the conversation and all of that. So I hope it was helpful, this presentation to you. Thank you for that. And I will go back to the main room so we can check about the questions, right?
Yes, thank you so much. These tips and tricks that you shared us with us today, Juliana, it was really, really helpful. I'm sure it is for a lot of people as well. So let's move on to the question and answer first. The first question here is how to get a remote jobs, especially while everything again switching from virtual to in person.
Yeah, a lot of my clients nowadays, they come to me exactly because of that, because they're like, Juliana, I don't want to go back to the office. I worked remotely for like 18 months, so I know I can do my job remotely, and I know I liked, because a lot of people didn't know if they liked remote jobs. That was kind of far away reality for them. And then for 16 months during the pandemic, they experienced that. So there are two main options, I would say. One thing is try the first option that I always suggest is try to negotiate in your current job, in your company, if you can keep working remotely, maybe half of the week, maybe do like I don't know, 1 month um, test instead of going back to the office. So try to negotiate with your current manager in your current job. This is the easiest way. If it's not possible, well, the other option is that you start searching for another company that offer remote jobs. There are so many remote jobs right now, and companies that were not remote before the pandemic that are switching to that. So if your company doesn't offer you that, and if you have clear that you don't want to go back to the office, try to negotiate. That's the easiest way, or you start looking outside, because there are way a lot of great remote options out there. So start searching.
Thank you. Um, Related to that, there is another question, which is, do you think the remote jobs is a thing for the future as well? Or do you think the companies will grow tired of this at some point, and will they prefer a hybrid model?
This is a big question. All the companies at the moment are asking the same thing. It's like, shall we invest in make everything remote, or people will change their minds? They won't want to work remotely anymore. So I don't have like a crystal ball to see how to confirm how things will go. But what I say is that remote job is not a new thing that started in the pandemic. This is the fun part. I have been working
Mm.
remotely since 2014, like more than 8 years. So it is a thing, attendance that was happening already. There was a boom. There was more remote jobs during the pandemic because of the circumstances. But it's not something that just started a year and a half ago. It has been
True.
going on for years. So I don't see that disappearing. I do see that some companies will choose for the hybrid. So some days in the office, some days at home. Some people go to the office, some people work only from home. This is possible. But what I see now is that more and more companies, they are going for work remote in the proper way, not just force everybody to go home without the systems, without any training, all messy kids running around. No, a proper way to work remote. Like you need a proper space, you need access to all the computers. The managers need to be trained for that. So I don't see that disappearing any sooner, because this is not a new thing. Oh, it's fashion,
Mm.
right? It just started. No, no. It started
Yeah,
many
that's
years ago. It's just that more people know about it at the moment. So I
true,
don't think
true.
that disappearing.
Yeah, that's a great to know. I think I also heard from too many people that they are just like this as, okay, because of the pandemic, the whole home office vibe started. But you're true. I mean, there are a lot of people who are already doing the home office for long back.
Before the pandemic.
So true.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
yeah.
so much. With this, unfortunately, we have to end the session because we are running out of the time. But it was wonderful to have you here as usual. Thank you so much for your time and your precious tips and tricks. Thank you
Nice to
so
be
much.
here. Yes. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Take care.
Yeah,
Have a
sure.
nice day.
Thank you so much,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye bye.